All right, everybody. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed or not, but we had to do our name, so we are now the Panther Nation podcast. Shout out to the guys over at Panther Poundcast. They hit us up, and we had a slight name conflict. So we went ahead and preemptively changed our name. They didn't exactly request that we change it, but we went ahead and changed our name out of courtesy. We don't want no beef. No podcast beef. Just all in the greater good for the Carolina Panthers. So we just changed our name. So that out the way. Shout out to those guys. They record on Sundays. I'm not sure when they actually release their videos, but shout out to those guys. Again, that's Panther Poundcast. Go check them out whenever you get a chance. Cool dudes. I watched a couple of their videos. Pretty entertaining stuff. So before we jump in, I'm Rashad,
and I'm David Rhodes,
and we're gonna get started. But one second before I jump in, I just want to show you a little something that happened to come into the mail. Came in the mail the other day.
That's encouraging news. That mine?
You like that? No, this one ain't yours. This is the one I did the test order. Right. That came in. Just want to show you, you know how it is. Got the 90 back.
That's what's up, man.
Got the 90 back. One more.
Oh, you the triple threat today, huh?
All colors. Just want to throw that out there. Just to show it's not a game. I'm ready for training camp. All right, so all right, let's jump into the week. I mean, it was a pretty busy week. I mean, there was a lot that went on throughout the off season is the best time of the year for me. I love it. It's kind of the roster development and all that good stuff. But let's jump right into it. So Trey Boston and along with the other guys that we cut last week, Lou Young, Devin Johnson, Jordan Rigsby, Jack Rogers, all those guys went unclaimed on waivers. So they're officially free agents. Trey Boston actually visited with the Steelers last week, and he is meeting with the Bills and Chargers this week. So I fully still expect him to sign with the Bills. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, we don't play the Steelers, we don't play the Chargers, so he's going to sign with them.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that he did mention he wants to play us, more blood and guts and all that good stuff. So I fully expect him to sign with the Bills, although the Bills are still waiting on a GM. So I don't know. They're going to take that too. So we'll get to that a little bit later. We both expect him to sign with the Bills. We can move on from that. Best of luck to him. Good dude, man. Hope he lands somewhere. I actually did think he was going to come back, but I don't see that happening anymore.
He had a little bitterness when he got let go, and when we signed Mike Adams, that bitterness showed. So yeah, he's signed with Buffalo, man.
He's out of there.
Yeah, right. I anticipate that one.
Yeah, no biggie there. So next up, we claimed defensive end Zach Moore off of waivers from San Francisco. He is a 6th round pick from the Patriots in 2014. He had stints with the Cowboys and the Vikings as well. Not much. I think he's a camp body. No big news there.
No. Unless he shows out, he's not making the team.
Nah, B. He's just a camp body. Probably end up on the practice squad or something like that. So we'll move on from that. No need to waste time on that. And one of the bigger stories last week that nobody's really talking about now, but our guy Michael Oher got cited with a misdemeanor assault last week for hemming up a Uber driver.
Some rapper is gonna rhyme Uber with Oher. I can't wait for it to happen. It's gonna happen. Like it's gonna happen within a month. I'm predicting about a month. Somebody's gonna put Oher and Uber in the same bar. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
For a guy that's concussed, this is not good timing, my man.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So here's my prediction. Based on the way and I highlighted something in the ESPN article of kind of what happened. It said the victim, or the guy, the Uber driver, he put his hands toward Michael or proceeded to push him down to the ground and then kicked him after that. So that being said, I mean, he self-defense maybe. I don't know. I think he's going to get off. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I fully anticipate him, if he's healthy, being at training camp, and this will blow over. I don't think it's a big deal. What's your thoughts?
The timing of it, right after the draft, this comes out. You know, after they drafted a tackle, and they signed Matt Khalil. Not good timing for Mr. Oher at all. I agree, though. He'll probably get off. Probably won't be a big deal. NFL is going to do an investigation. If any type of punishment is going to be hit, the Panthers are going to do it. I don't anticipate them waiting for the NFL to do something about it. I think the Panthers will try to nip it in the bud if they feel like the NFL might want to bring that hammer, because you never know with Mr. Goodell. So, and once more details come out, so just not good time.
I don't see anything of it. However, I just wanted to take a look at this dude's this dude's cap number real quick, because I think we can save a little bit of money. Yeah, we save 2.5 million by cutting him first cut, and there'll be a $3 million $3 million in dead money. So obviously, by June 1, we'll split that in half and do 1.5 for this year, 1.5 next year in dead money. So we can save a little bit of money by cutting the guy, but I don't see it happening. I think he's going to make the team, and obviously he's going to make the team, but I think he's going to be just fine. And if he's healthy, he'll start and be just fine. I don't see anything coming from it.
He's technically still in the protocol, right?
Technically, because I guess it's still technically off season, so he probably won't be cleared to go until not OTAs, but mini camps and stuff like that is when they can officially take him off. Around training camp time, I think he can officially come off.
And when I say protocol, I mean the concussion protocol. Yes, he's still in the protocol from the previous season.
Yeah, from the previous season, but that's just a technicality. It doesn't really mean he's still concussed. So just to be clear, he can come off for that.
He's assaulting people, so he can't be concussed.
That's facts. I mean, he can be, but I think he's healthy and pretty much good to go. And if we haven't cut him by now, especially with us drafting if he hasn't gone by now, I don't see it happening.
He's going to make the team if he's healthy. I'm not doubting that.
No, I mean, he's going to do more than make the team. He's going to start. I mean, he's going to be there. If they wanted to, to suspend him or something like that, it would have happened by now, and they would have made some announcement. But the way it went down, the way that the statement read, I think he's going to be fine. It's not like he just went and just slapped a dude for no reason. The guy kind of put his hands at him like I guess going to do something to him or defending himself. So that's how I look at it. No need to spend any more time on that. I think it's going to blow over pretty good, and we'll be just fine. So next up, we had pretty quick turn of events. We assigned the entire rookie class before the second session of rookie minicamp. It's pretty impressive. First thing that went through my head when I saw that, I was like, man, we don't, no holdouts, no Joey Bosa, missing first 4 weeks, nothing like that. I was pretty happy to see that got knocked out in a timely fashion.
Yeah, the collective bargaining agreement that the players agreed upon basically try to reduce this anyway because of the rookie cap. So it should be easier to sign players. Like what happened with Joey Bosa last year was more of an outlier. But for us to get it done before the second session is thoroughly impressive, because typically some players still take their time, even though they kind of know what they're going to make because it's already set. But
it's
good.
I definitely agree that the CBA definitely put a cap on stuff like that, and it doesn't happen as often as it used to. But still, again, Joey Bosa did it last year, and he held out for a little, actually into the season, and cause a distraction. So just no distractions from the rookie class. They're all signed. Everybody's good to go, and I'm happy about that. No drama.
Yep, no drama.
All right, so next up, Brandon Beane. He's granted a second interview with the Bills. We already know. We said it last week that I think this is pretty much inevitable that he's going to be the next Bills GM. I expect that to be announced probably this week sometime. They did interview 2 more guys today. I think director of personnel from Green Bay and a couple other guys. Another guy, I don't remember who it was, but that's all technicalities. I think that, Brandon Beane is going to be next GM for the Bills.
Yep, get that continuity with McDermott. Perfect fit for him. It sucks for us because he was supposed to be the guy to be after Gettleman, and now we got to groom the next Gettleman. It won't be Brandon Beane. He's taking his talents to Orchard Park.
Yeah, which is very interesting. I mean, because Gettleman is up there. I mean, he's like in his late 60s, I believe.
Yep.
And I don't know how long GMs hang around, but I've seen, I don't know, like over time, dudes walking with a cane. I remember when Gettleman was first announced, he looked fine and young, and then the next couple of years he's walking with a cane and stuff. So it's just interesting. I'm not poking fun at it. I'm just saying it's he's getting older, so you never know when he just, for health reasons or something like that, God forbid that he just has to step down. So, and we were definitely grooming Brandon Beane as the next guy. So it may not sting now, but when it's time and Gettleman decides to step down or he's fired or something like that, you'll then miss Brandon Beane because he was going to be that guy.
Yeah, Gettleman pretty much said this is his last job. Like he said, this GM gig is his last gig. So after he's done in Carolina, he's not going to go anywhere else, whether he goes on his own terms or they let him go for some reason. As of late, man, when it comes to firing folks, a lot of folks are asking for the coach and the GM to be gone, but I don't anticipate a situation like that. So, yeah, this is going to hurt a bit. This is going to hurt a bit.
Yeah.
Because Beane was active GM when they fired Hurney.
He was.
So, yeah, this one's going to sting a bit.
Yeah, again, and the thing about Carolina has been it's ever since Rivera was hired, everything's been about continuity. That's part of the reason Shula's still around. It's about continuity, and just he's been around. Beane has been around since '98, so just losing that little piece of continuity kind of sucks. Even with losing Shula, continuity. I'm not Shula. I'm sorry, McDermott. So continuity. So we just Brandon Beane's a part of that. So we're gonna miss him whenever it's announced. It's inevitable. He'll be the next Bills GM.
Yeah, I'll be stunned if he isn't. And
I'll be super stunned.
Yes. Then the other thing is with him, I'm wondering how much of the scout team he takes with him. I'm afraid of that too. Because overall, Carolina's been doing a good job with the draft, and a lot of that attributes to how great the scout team has been.
That's true. Good point.
So
yeah, it's a good point. A lot of those guys are probably going to be getting raises through Brandon Beane. So I don't know. It's going to be a trickle effect, man. That's what normally happens when you lose a guy like that. It's going to trickle down. So we'll see what happens. But next up, rookie minicamp wrapped up. We signed a couple guys that tried out. Defensive tackle Gabriel Mass, linebacker Alex Bazzi, and linebacker Kyle Cragen. And now the roster is completely filled out. So it's all the 90 is there. The 90 that we'll see at training camp and mini camps and all that stuff, it's full. So anytime a player's cut or wants to be added, we're gonna have to cut somebody. So we're kind of at that point, and that's part of the reason why Trey got cut. So Interesting note about Craig, and I don't know if you knew this, but dude, his dad was on. His dad played nose tackle for the Panthers
I
from
saw
'95 to
that.
'97.
I
Yeah, it's
saw that.
crazy.
That's insane.
That's crazy. Play how you play for the same team your dad played for. That tells you how old we are, man.
That's right. And it sucks
Yeah,
because
the
he
dude.
probably won't make the team.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not making the team. Well, he might as a special teamer because he's got the same he's got that Chase Blackburn build. He's like 6'3", 200 and some change linebacker. So he's a big guy for a linebacker. And it's funny. It's funny because he was two. He was two at the time. The Panthers used their 9th pick in the expansion draft to draft his dad. It's funny. That's crazy, man. He was only 2 years old. Insane, man.
Generational
Insane.
Panthers, man.
I know, right? So we're at that point, man. Anything about minicamp? What any thoughts before we kind of dive into a little bit of each player? Well, some of them.
Now I want to get to the players, man, because I was reading up on some of the stuff. I saw some videos, some plays, so I want to get into some of these players.
All right, let's go ahead and lock in. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he's gonna be gone until June, because of the quarter system. So it was good to see him out there. Obviously, they're high on him. I watched some of the film of the guy, and his feet are so quick. Like I don't know if you saw that the Instagram post when he was doing the drills with the I don't know what it's called, but he was doing the feet feet drill.
I saw that. Man.
It's crazy. Like if you look and watch him, watch some of the clips that they released, you can see all that. You can tell he works at that because he's so crisp, and any linebacker trying to guard him is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah,
he's proven it. He's out on the field. I mean, again, everybody looks good in shorts. Happens when the pads come out, but I like it.
Yeah, he was showing out. Like, there's some players that look fast. He's legit fast.
Yeah.
And it shows
he's got that game speed, man.
Yeah, he's legit fast. So that's gonna help us out a lot once we get them boys in pads. He did a bunch of
like they Yep. Yeah, I was just gonna say that they were working them out of screens and doing a lot of screen passes. So that's gonna be that's his game, man. Take the dump and go with it.
I can't wait.
Yep. So obviously what we thought, everything that they hyped up about Christian McCaffrey is looks to be true so far. Again, it's shorts, and we'll have to see what happens when the pads come out. But I like what I see so far. Next up, Curtis Samuel. They're really hyping this dude's speed up. Another speed guy. Same thing with McCaffrey. I think his hands. They really like his hands. I from the plays that I saw, it's reassuring that I don't think he's a tag in as far as the hands are concerned, which is very, very when you can combine the speed with the hands, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess some people were saying that he was the best player on the field on Friday for the first day of rookie minicamp. So that was encouraging to see. He was making plays out there too, and he's fast too.
Yeah, he's fast.
Oh my God, he's fast.
So between these two guys, I mean, you got two legit guys that can be offensive rookie of the year. So I mean, I like it. One note they did say he had lower back tightness, so they limited him a little bit. And obviously they said that stuff can lead to hamstring issues. So they said he looked good on Friday, and that's all they need to see. Or they're not worried about it long term. So good. That's good that it's not a lingering long term thing with hamstrings. So we know how hamstrings are.
And for him, he needs them strings, man.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. You remember when we were at training camp and and David Geddes was constantly on the bike, or like I think he had hamstring issues.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
yeah, the speed doesn't mean nothing if you ain't got the legs.
It's facts. That's facts. So any other thoughts on Curtis?
I like Curtis, man. I saw a few plays that he pulled off. I think he's gonna be great for us. Put him in the slot. He might end up having the best shot to win Offensive Rookie of the Year because he's gonna get more opportunities on the field.
Yeah,
in that slot spot.
Facts.
Possibly,
facts.
Definitely more than Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey's gonna have to share with Stewart. So
well, but to debate that, Christian McCaffrey will have some return duty. So if he can excel in his return game, that can kind of make up for his reps, that he's not getting in offense. So
yeah, it sometimes feel like they're just waiting for that moment when Stu gets hurt and his outfield's 4 games, and they can just bring out McCaffrey and call it a day versus having to go to Fozzie or Cap.
Don't forget, Curtis is a converted running back. So Curtis Samuel can also play running back. I think Todd McShay had Curtis Samuel ranked as the 5th best running back in the draft.
That's insane.
Yeah. So the guy can play running back legitimately. So he can take snaps. So I say that to say I'm jumping a little ahead of myself, but I say that to say, you remember the episode, the post-draft episode, I said, if you want to stash a receiver, you can technically put Curtis Samuel as a running back, and you can even let go of Stewart at this point. If you really think I'm getting ahead of myself.
You are.
I'm not making that bold prediction right now. I'm not going to do that. But I'm saying if you did want to cut Jonathan Stewart, you could stash Samuel as a running back. Go out and get a dude like a LeGarrette Blount who's still out there. He's got his issues, but I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, just thinking about the possibilities.
Well, you wouldn't have to cut Stewart though. You could potentially get rid of cut Fozzie or Cap.
Right,
you won't save as much cap money on it. So
that's facts.
But you can keep the better talent on your roster, and maybe you'll find somebody that wants to trade for Stewart. Maybe.
Yeah, when I doubt that. When I think of when I say cut Stewart, him as a cap casualty because he's making like $8 million. I think $6 or $8 million this year. So it's strictly based off a cap. So it'd be a cap based cut, performance based cut. So I'm just saying this. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. And I want Stewart on the roster because I think you got that smash and dash type dynamic with those two on the field. So I want to keep him, but I'm just saying it's a possibility that Stewart could be let go as a cap saving. And we don't need the cap. I was just looking at the cap numbers earlier. We don't really need it. I think we got it's going to be around 15 million once all the numbers shake out. But maybe 50. I think it's like 10 to 15 million in that range, cap space. So we don't need it. But if Gettleman got that itch and he wanted to save some money, that's where he's going to go get it.
Oh, that's true. I'll give you that. I've said that we should have gotten rid of Stewart for a while now, so I won't lose any sleep over it, especially now since we know we drafted Christian and Curtis. But I've always felt like we paid too much for Stu, and I think they would have gotten rid of him if his contract was more cap friendly. But considering that they just renegotiated his deal, I don't anticipate it happening this year. I could see it happening next year though.
Yeah, next year is the last year in his contract, I believe. I think he's through 2018, so they extended him one more year and stretched that cap out over the 2 years. So technically, part of his deal is still a hernia. It's still a hernia contract.
Yep.
Covering. We've just kind of lessened the blow by renegotiating his contract, but he's technically still under a hernia contract. We just extended it out. That's why his cap number is so high.
So, Herney, the guy that a lot of you guys wanted back over Gettleman, that guy.
Yeah.
Just want to be clear.
We're still working out that. His deal, again, Gettleman is lessening the blow by extending the contract, and he keeps extending it. The more he stretched the contract out, the lesser the cap hit, and that's what we've been doing. But technically, his deal is still a Herney deal.
Yep.
That's why he's getting paid probably like top 5 or top 10 running back. All right, so moving on to cornerback Corn Elder. He had a sore knee. So I didn't get to see much of him, I guess, but they said he saw reps at nickel and someone outside as well. So I guess they're going to try to figure out where he fits best. Any thoughts there?
I could see him getting that starting spot, man. If they want to keep Captain at nickel.
Nah, not outside, man. Can't see it. if you're gonna start, it's gonna be a nickel.
Yeah, then put Captain in the outside.
But
Captain's a smaller dude, man.
He is, but Cap can do it though.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna start at nickel and maybe outside shot. I think he's too small. I think Cap is. I think Corn is too small to play nickel, but too small to play outside. Sorry. We will see what happens there. Next up, just a quick note on my guy that I like. He's not a rookie, but Kenyars Garrett. They said he's not doing too well out there, which is surprising.
Bless you.
Because he was on the practice squad all season last year, so he should know kind of the deal here. Should be looking good out there. But apparently they're saying he didn't do much to separate himself from the rest of the rookies and the guys we brought in. So he's one of the guys I expected to step up, and I don't reports he hasn't done that. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, your boy's struggling, man. He might not even be able to beat out Burson. So
nah, man. Burson's the camp superstar, man. So it knew Burson in training camp.
Yeah, so we got to see what Mr. Garrett's going to do. But he has to understand that it's going to be competitive, and he has to step up if he wants to get a spot on the roster. Otherwise, they will definitely let him go.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that got to step up because you got a lot of competition at wide receiver. It's no time for games out there. So and one more quick note on Taylor Moton. He took reps at right tackle and left tackle. No more beating up Uber drivers, bro. Because if Moton, personally, I don't want Moton. I don't want any rookie starting on the offensive line. Maybe guard. At guard, maybe you're safe, but no tackles need to be starting. No rookie needs to be starting a tackle. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Wow. So I hope that doesn't happen.
You better tell Order to chill out, man, and chillax.
Yeah,
he can mess around and win the job.
He can, but given a healthy Oher and a healthy Matt Khalil, that's our best opportunity for a good starting offensive line.
I agree.
I don't want any holes on the offensive line. Rookie is just too much of a learning curve. Especially, at the right, you're a little bit safer. I definitely don't want to play in left tackle as a rookie.
Absolutely not.
No, sir.
I can deal. Yeah. I'm cool with right tackle. Like if he wins the job, they put him at right tackle, I'm cool with that. But if they put him in left tackle, pray for Cam.
Nah, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think if he's gonna start, it's gonna be a right tackle. But hopefully, Michael Oher is healthy and he can get his act together and no more beat up. Don't go to lift either and beat them up. We need those people too. So no more beating up folk, man.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah. So during rookie minicamp, they interviewed Mike Shula, and he took a little bit of time to talk about. Well, he didn't really talk. He didn't elaborate much, but he took a little time to talk about the evolved, air quotes, evolved offense. So they were just asking him, "Hey, I'm just gonna say, I'm just putting it out there, man. What they were asking about the mini camp and asking him, how was everything out there?" And he just said, "We'll have to see, right?" So he's saying is hopefully that they'll be back where they were in 2015 as far as production. I don't think he really knows how he's going to utilize everybody. That's what I get from his interview. They don't know how he doesn't know how he's going to use these guys yet, but he wants the production. So, thoughts on Shula and his interview?
He knows how he's going to use some of these guys, man. He's going to utilize Christian McCaffrey, kind of like how he was utilized in Stanford. They're going to force Cam to spread the ball out even more than what he did before. They're going to try to make this offense very similar to 2015, but it's going to be faster.
I don't know, man. I hope it's different.
It'll be different.
I hope it's completely different. Like I hope they don't, like, let's say for instance a Trey Boston. Like if a Trey Boston goes to the Bills, I want it to be so different that he doesn't even know what's going on. Like that we can't, like, I'm not saying we need to completely change like everything, but I want it to be different. Like that you can't. What I don't want to happen is I don't want you to go out and say, "Hey, Curtis Samuel, go do what Ted Ginn used to do," or take a McCaffrey and go, "Hey, you do what Fozzie does." Like I don't want that. Like I want new, a new offense. Like evolve it. Yeah, that means don't do the same things you did with different people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cut him some slack, because as much as we bash Shula and say, yeah, he's gonna be gone. I mean, the guy did have a number one offense 2 years ago. Number one in the league. Like he can do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's with less talent. No KB. One thing he did have was a healthy offensive line, so we got to give him some credit. Can he do it again? That's what we got to see.
I don't think he can do number one again. What made 2015 work as well as it did was the fact that our defense created a lot of turnovers, sacked a lot of quarterbacks, put the offense in good situations. And we made the discussion about Cam having to force to spread the ball to different receivers because he's not necessarily having that number one guy. So, but now he has more. And he has Kelvin as the number one guy. So you might not see that as much. But another thing that made that offense tick was the fact that we ran a lot. Even though we threw the ball a lot during that, we threw the ball a decent chunk that year when we were number one. I think we were like top 3 in rushing that year too.
Healthy offensive line.
And the offensive line was rock solid. They were healthy. Once we figured it out, because that offensive line, we brought that offensive line was piecemeal from the previous year, but then they figured it out. And once they figured it out, they played together as one. But sometimes, some games, that offensive line would struggle if they had the wrong pass rush. We saw that in the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, I mean, but that. Again, we talked about this on a previous episode, but Denver's defense was just great. You probably won't see that again for a while, as dominant as that defense was.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna cut him some slack, man. Again, I do think he feels the pressure. If you ask him, he said he's felt the pressure. He's always felt the pressure. And like you said, Gettleman is giving him enough rope to hang himself, right? So. Yeah. There's no reason this offense shouldn't be. I mean, his ceiling has. I mean, his floor has to be top 10. has to be there in the top 10.
I agree
the
with
defense,
that.
the defense is going to be there. I think they're going to take a step forward. Obviously, it was a down year last year. Let's just be honest. Luke was hurt. But again, the defense has to support the offense. If they can just meet halfway, it's going to be a good season.
Yeah, because it'll be interesting because we have a new defensive coordinator.
True.
So,
well, is he really new though?
Well, no, he's not new, but it's new for him. Like, he's been on the staff for a long time, but it's new to him, so
continuity, man.
It's continuity, but McDermott did certain things. So you expect Wilkes to do similar things as well. So
yes, continuity, man.
But he's gonna add his wrinkle. Wilkes is gonna add his wrinkle. He's gonna add his wrinkle.
Yeah.
Shula doesn't know how to add wrinkles, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we just drafted 2 wrinkles. Like, I mean, let's be honest here. Like, we just drafted literally 2 instant wrinkles.
Yep. So we'll see how he handles all these weapons, because, like I said, man, he's got enough rope. He's got enough rope because there's no excuses. Like, we drafted potentially 2 starters for him. 3 if you count multi. So
yeah, I don't know about that. I certainly hope not. Hope not.
Perfect world, he'll be depth, but we'll see. We shall see. But
go ahead.
I keep the evolved offense thing. I think he's gonna try to make it like 2015 with faster, man. I really do. I think now that he's got more talent around certain positions, he's gonna. That's why I keep saying that Kelvin's not out of the woods, man. I don't think they're gonna release him, but they could easily give a starting job to somebody else if he's not trying to keep that weight up.
Well, Rivera did say that during the minicamp, Kelvin was on site. He was on site doing. I think he was getting attention, like not medical attention, but like, I guess like the cold tubs and stuff like that. So he was on site, working out and all that good stuff. So I think the weight thing kind of got overblown. I think it's a big deal that it's the fact that Ron Rivera brought it up, but I don't think it's a big deal to where he can't like lose the weight, and it shouldn't carry over. So I think hopefully everybody stays healthy. I think the offense will be just fine. I don't even care if I don't see anything in the preseason. Just give me if you went out there and handed the ball off straight I formation and just did basic stuff in the preseason, I could care less. But week 1 against San Francisco, we better be doing some crazy, like the ball better be moving. There's no reason we should be having 3 and outs. The ball should be moving. There shouldn't be a problem on the offensive side of the ball.
I agree, Dan. And we're playing San Francisco. They had a heck of a draft, but I don't think they had a good enough draft to improve that much, considering it'll be week 1, new GM, new coach. So I don't anticipate San Francisco to be a tough opponent week 1.
No, but we do have to travel too. So
yeah, we have to travel. We've traveled every year anyway. Last time we had a home game week 1.
Yeah,
it's been a minute. So that's what we do. Even when we made it to the Super Bowl, we had to freaking travel.
Yeah. All right, man. That being said, I think we can wrap it up. We don't have anything else. So hopefully, it's a pretty quiet week. Should be pretty quiet week coming up. I don't think there's gonna be too much going on. So we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Panther Nation podcast. Again, keep in mind the name change. It's now the Panther Nation podcast. And we'll see you guys next week on episode 5. Thanks for watching.
All right. See you guys.